In the bit of the Bible that we read earlier, Jesus makes it really clear that this is one of the most dangerous thoughts that you could ever have. Have a seat. And boys and girls, you know what to do. Make your way down the front. Grab a seat with a good view down on the carpet at the front here. Hello. And everybody else, please, could you find that Bible reading that we had earlier? It's in the service sheets or page 830 in the Bibles. Hello. My goodness, you're coming from everywhere. Guys, shuffle forward a bit. Shuffle forward a bit. There's loads of space over here if you guys move over a bit. Okay, we're pretty much settled. Before we go any further, let's close our eyes and let's pray. Heavenly Father, thank you for bringing us together this morning to hear you speak through your word. Please help us to understand Jesus' story this morning, and please help us to see why we need to be ready for him. In his name we pray. Amen. Well, good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here. It's great to see you this morning. And I have a question for you this morning, just a quick question. I wonder, have you ever heard somebody say, I'll do it later? I'll do it later. Because, you know, oh, look, there's loads of washing up that needs to be done. Don't worry. I'll do it later. Or, next one, my room, it's a complete mess. What's that, Mum and Dad? You want me to clear it up? No problem. Consider it done. I'll do it later. Or, next one, look at the dog. He wants to go for a walk. Oh, you want me to take him? You want me to take? Absolutely. I'll do it later. Okay, we've all heard people say stuff like that, and we all know, don't we? They're not going to do it later. Not a chance. No way they're going to forget, or they're just going to keep saying, yeah, later, I'll do it later. Stop bugging me. Later. Which isn't really that helpful, is it? No. But it's not really that serious either, is it? You know, if the washing up doesn't get done, it's not really that serious. It's not helpful at all, but it's not that serious. Well, let me show you one that is that serious. And it's one that a lot of people say. Here it is. Here's one that is that serious. I'll think about Jesus later. I'll think about Jesus later. Because, you see, a very long time ago, 2,000 years ago, in fact, when Jesus was on earth, here is something that he said to his friends, to his disciples. He said, in my Father's house, heaven, there are many rooms. And if I go there and prepare a place for you, I will come back and take you to be with me where I am. Do you see what Jesus is saying? He's saying, look, I'm going to go to heaven, and then one day, way up ahead in the future, way up ahead, I'm going to come back from there. I'm going to take you to be with me in heaven forever. Which is class. We're going to be in heaven with Jesus forever. One day. But right now, here's us today. Right now, looking forward and waiting. That's what we're doing. Waiting for him to come back. But what if while we wait, we start to say stuff like this? I'll think about him later. Because, you know, maybe he is going to come back. Maybe he won't. Don't know. I'll think about it later. In the bit of the Bible that we read earlier, Jesus makes it really clear that this is one of the most dangerous thoughts than you could ever have. It really is that serious. And he told us a story to help us understand why. So let's put that there and let's have a look at Jesus' story. Now, Jesus' story was all about 10 young bridesmaids who were at a wedding. Now, I need some help. Hands go up. I need some help up here, but 10 of you sounds just a little bit too much for me, a little bit too scary, so I'm just going to go with 2. 2 is about all I can handle. I need 2 young ladies, sorry lads, your hands can go down, to be bridesmaids. Number 1 and number 2. Can we have number 2? Excellent, up you come. Ladies, can you stand here side by side, face out, big smiles, thank you. So, you are the bridesmaids in Jesus' story. And I don't know if any of you guys have been to a wedding before, but the job of a bridesmaid, a very important job, is to stop the bride from panicking on her big day, especially about the guy that she's chosen to marry for some reason. But the bridesmaids in Jesus' story, they've got another really important job. Their job is to wait outside the wedding. The wedding's going on in here. They're to wait outside the wedding for the groom to come. And when he comes, they escort him inside the wedding to meet the rest of his guests and to kick off the celebration. So these bridesmaids, they head outside, but it's getting a bit late in the day, and so they say to themselves, hey, we should bring our torches with us. Torch number 1 for you, torch number 2 for you. And they turn them on. Please tell me they're working. Excellent, okay. And they're also incredibly careful not to shine them in anybody's eyes. Maybe they just kind of vaguely point them at the floor. Brilliant. Anyway, torches in hand, I like the planning. But there's already a little hint that something is going to go wrong, because this bridesmaid, as well as her torch, she also brought some spare batteries, just in case. And it was this one that Jesus called wise. But this bridesmaid, I'm afraid, he calls foolish, because she didn't bring any spare batteries with her. She just brought her torch. Well, anyway, they head outside and they wait. And they wait. They wait a really long time, actually. They wait a really long time. There's still no sign of this groom. I mean, where is he? Does he not want to get married? What's going on? And it's getting darker and darker. The bridesmaids, they're getting more and more tired, even though they're not showing it on the outside. I thought I might get a yawn there. No, try it again, not happening. But they're getting more and more tired, and so they say to themselves, hey, while we're here, why don't we get some sleep? Make sure we're as fresh as possible for when the wedding kicks off. So that's what they do. They grab themselves a couple of pillows, they lay them down on the ground, and they grab their favorite teddy bears, absolutely vital for a good night's sleep. There you go. And they lie down. They lie down, yes, good acting, head on the pillow, torch is still lit, and they head off for a nice little snooze. Until all of a sudden, they are woken up by somebody shouting, somebody's shouting, somebody's shouting. Get up, you're woken up, eyes rubbed. What's going on? What's he shouting? He's shouting, here, quick, everybody, the groom, he's here, he's finally here. What are you doing with teddy bears and pillows? This isn't the time for that. The wedding's about to start, the groom is here. Except, just at the moment when everybody should have been celebrating, something terrible happens. The foolish bridesmaid, her torch, goes out. The batteries are dead. And she doesn't have any spare. So she goes into panic mode. She's asking around, help me, anybody help me? Nobody can help her. So her only option is that she's got to leave. She's got to go and find batteries from somewhere, anywhere. And believe it or not, the only place in this entire building where you were able to find batteries is at the tech desk, right at the very back. You see that guy? eagerly waving. Coincidentally, he has batteries that he's waving at you. Here's what you need to do. You need to go down there, get the batteries from him, and come back up here as quickly as possible. Got it? Okay, go. But here's what happens. While she's away, the groom arrives. He meets the wise bridesmaid, and they head into the wedding party together. Come on in. Quick, the party's starting! Come on in, come on in, come on in! And this party is absolutely incredible. The music is totally, definitely really loud. Louder than that, I think. We are totally not just sitting on chairs in behind here. No way! There's food, there's music, there's dancing, there's loads of games. Everybody's having a fantastic time. You totally wouldn't want to miss out on this. No way! Hi. You totally wouldn't want to miss out on this. Which brings us back to the foolish bridesmaid. See, she's back. Batteries in hand. And she's out the door and she can hear all the music and the laughter, the fun, the celebrating. And she wants in, so she shouts, I'm here, I'm here! Okay, she whispers it at the door, hoping that somebody's just on the other side. She tries again, open the door, open the door!
Open the door, open the door.
Yes! Anyway, the groom surprisingly hears her, and he does open the door, but not to let her in. All he has to say is this: I tell you the truth, I don't know you. And so he closes the door, goes back to the party, and leaves the foolish bridesmaid shut out. Okay, ladies, thank you very much for your help. Let's come out from behind this thing, come out from the wedding party. Thank you for your help. Can I have all of the stuff that I've given you? Torches, batteries, signs, everything. Can we get a round of applause for them? Thank you very much. Okay, that is Jesus' story, and he finishes it with this warning, if we can just about read it. Therefore, keep watch, he says, because you do not know the day or the hour. You see, what Jesus wants us to understand is that he is like the groom and we're like the bridesmaids, waiting for him to come and to take us not to a wedding, but to heaven. But here's the thing. Jesus has been away a really long time. 2,000 years. And nobody knows when he's going to be coming back. It could be another 2,000 years or longer. Or it could be tomorrow. Or even just later today, whoever said that to me. Nobody knows. But whenever it is, we've got to be ready for when he comes. And Jesus wants us to take this incredibly seriously because he knows that there are lots of things that can distract us from waiting for him. So, for example, we can start to say things like this to ourselves. I'm too young. I'm too young for this. I'm too young to be thinking about Jesus and heaven. 2,000 years, that's far too old. I'm only 8 years old. I'm only 10 years old. 20, 30, 40. I've plenty of time. I'll think about him later. Or how about this one? Look, I have too much else going on right now. Look, you have no idea what my life is like right now. Life is totally weighing me down. Please do not add Jesus onto the list as well, because he is far from the top of my priority list. Or how about this one? I was ready, but I'm not anymore. Maybe that's you. Maybe you used to be ready. Your sights were fixed on heaven. You were looking forward to Jesus coming back. But you've drifted from that. Maybe because something happened, or maybe you just really began to feel the truth of how Jesus once described the Christian life. Up on the screen. He said, if anyone would come after me, he must deny himself, and take up his cross and follow me. Maybe following Jesus began just to feel a little bit too hard. Or maybe this is you. I'm not sure Jesus is coming back. Because look, it's been 2,000 years since anybody last saw him. So where is he? Where is he? Well, Jesus told this story because he wants us to remember that no matter how long he is going to be away for, he is definitely going to be coming back one day, definitely. And we need to be ready for him. And for some of us, that might mean taking Jesus seriously for the first time. Guys on the floor, maybe you're thinking to yourself, yeah, I've never really taken this that seriously, but I want to start. If that's you, then maybe chat to mum and dad about it a bit later. Or for those who are a bit older, a really good thing to do is to grab one of these Why Jesus booklets that we have dotted around. Or even better, talk to a real-life Christian about it, because we've only had time to scratch the surface here this morning. But for others of us, it will mean recommitting ourselves to the Lord Jesus. Getting back on track and learning to trust him again. Learning to listen to him and learning to obey him again. But wherever you sit on this, whatever your thoughts are about God, please, please, please never, ever entertain this thought that I'll think about Jesus later. Because for a lot of folk, later never comes. And think just how horrendous it would be when Jesus comes back to be shut out of heaven and have his only words to you be, I don't know you. Let's close our eyes and let's pray. Lord Jesus, thank you for reminding us that even though you have been away a really long time, you are going to come again one day. Please help us never to get bored or tired or fed up of waiting for you. Help us to keep going for the long haul, knowing that the one who's ready for you is the one who gets to enjoy heaven with you for the rest of forever. Amen.